Welcome to the War. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, send it to me, box13@greatdetectives.net. Today we'll play, or the last episode we'll play of Jubilee for a little while. I'd still like to revisit them later on in the series, but this will be the last Black History Month episode with Jubilee in it. Jubilee is probably best remembered for the many great, talented black artists and comedians it brought to the air. However, the show itself did become a little integrated as time went on, even during the war, because it was set up to mainly with the goal of boosting the morale of black servicemen. And they had a variety of different interests, and those led to some requests for the program, many of which were granted. As we'll hear in today's episode of Jubilee, from February the 14th of 1944, with guest stars Cab Calloway, Nat King Cole, and Burns and Allen, among others.
Especially for you Castrumas, Patumas cats, sometimes referred to by the round haircuts as CBs, we dedicate the following bucket of loquacious bumps. It's Jubilee. Jubilee joins the can-do, will-do, did boys tonight for a hip-top ride in the Sonata steam shovel. And we've gathered a half-dozen studs and hens to lay down a woof on a couple of cool tips that'll start the wheels turning under your sky pieces. Among the aforementioned, you will hear the King Cole Trio and a couple of king-size cadenzas, a lovely little Largo limper named Dorothy Salter, a knocked-out obligato by a quartet of CBs from the Blackjack Battalion, the Burns and the Allen with the George and Gracie handles, and the one and only is Calloway with the famous cab frontispiece. And now, here's your master of grooveries, that half-track with the belt in the back, Ernie Bubbles Whitman.
Thank you. And a big fat hello to Construmius Petunius cats all over various hemispheres. Before the stuff starts seeping from the spigot, let's have a word from this mellow man we've missed here in Hot Horn Hall for too many early brights and dims. Say hello, Cab.
Howdy-ho, men. It seems I've been away from the hall for about 38/7. And believe me, it's a pleasure to be back. I hear the stuff is being beamed especially for the Navy groovy shovel men, and we'd like to dedicate our first hunk of hot to all of them down around the waistline of the world. It's 105 in the shade.
Begin at the beginning, Cab. you, Cab Calloway. That was a monkey medallion for the Construmius Battalion. And now Jubilee does a right oblique and comes phrase to phrase with the digit manipulator of the First Ivory. He's with us tonight, complete with the cat on the gift box and his doghouse man, Nat Cole and the King Cole Trio. Before you noodle your nimble knuckles, would you like to wiggle your wisdom, Nat?
Yes, Ernie. Me and the boys would like to dedicate our little opal to the following Seabees who dug Jubilee on the third bright of a few sevens ago. Johnny Gleason, machinist third class, fireman first class George Pop, Herman Lewis, seaman second class with the Mobile Amphibian Group, and Seaman J. Korb. If you want to swing and shout, get the kicks and get about, I'm an errand boy at rhythm, send me. Lace your boots and follow through, I'll deliver straight to you. I'm an errand boy for rhythm, send me. You can always find me down in Smoky Joe's. That's the place where all the gals and gators go. If you want variety, just let them call me. I'm an errand boy for rhythm, send me. Just step in and call me. I'm an errand boy at rhythm. I'm an errand boy for rhythm. Send me.
Thank you for that groovy stuff, Nat. It leaves us weak as a pound of liver. Before we get too far along this royal road of route, I want you to meet four Seabees who dribble over our Trilly transom and are with us tonight to say hello to some of their gang. Here's Seaman First Class Ernest W. Henderson, Percy Hill, Paul C. Richards, and Wilbur Porter. Boys, I hear that the Seabees' motto is, the difficult can be done immediately, the impossible takes a little longer. Is that right?
Yes, Ernie. And there are many stories about the Seabees that prove they are living up to that motto.
Well, for instance?
They have unloaded cargo from ships during all bombardments. They have had airfields ready for planes 2 hours after they have been taken from the enemy.
Mm-hmm. That's very good. That's very good.
There's another kind of story about the Seabees I'd like to tell you. A battalion in the jungle one very, very hot night thought it would be nice to have some ice cream.
Oh, I see.
The cook agreed to supply the ingredients, but had no ice cream freezer.
So
the guys got together and found an old oil drum, a couple of discarded artillery shells, some brass tubing, and a couple of fins off some bombs.
Oh, yeah.
They put their heads together, poured the batter into the cylinder, rotated the crank a couple of times, and out came the New Guinea Tutti Frutti.
Sounds like a fine mess.
And Ernie, on behalf of the Seabees, we'd like to offer our help to the Jubilee.
Well, just how would you like to help us?
We know that you spell Jubilee backwards, and it comes out Elabouche.
That's right, that's right.
Well, we put our toppers together and figure out a way to spell it backwards and forward in the same time.
Oh.
And with your permission, we'd like to demonstrate it for you.
Now, this is going to be interesting. I tell you what to do. I'll make the announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to witness, for the first time in history, by 4 mighty sea beasts, an amazing feat. Jubilee is about to be spelled backwards and forwards at one and the same time. Quiet, please.
Steady, boys. Ready. 1, 2, 3. Jubilee.
I thank you. Thank you. Jubilee is grateful to you for your inspired contribution. Comes time now for a return visit with the Calloway cat and his mellow menagerie. What set of sharps and flats have you stuffed up your solid sleeve, Cab?
Well, we want to knock off a little lumpy largo called We the Cat Shall Help You. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to beam especially for E.J. Cario, Seaman Second Class, Julian Rambert, Leo McElton, Robert Dector, Bob Happerstein, and Tinola Jones, Stuart Mate First Class. Attach your auditory apparatus to the sound box gates, because here comes this solid jive. Are you ready?
And the jive is right. Oh, tonight. All right. Come on, old man, come on. We the cat shall help you. So reap this righteous rip. Yes, we'll to help you. So reap this righteous rip. You gotta come on like G.I. You dig the reap with me side. You put it right on the Lehigh. Then you can really get by. Oh, we the cat shall help you. So reap this righteous rip. Now you have to bet you. So reap this righteous rip. We the cat shall help you. So reap this righteous rip. Here's this field to help you. So reap this righteous rip. Oh, you gotta come on like G.I. You dig the retreat with me side. You put it right on the Lehigh. Then you can really get by. Oh, my. We the cat shall help you. So reap this righteous rip. Now you help, I bet you. So reap this righteous rip. So reap this righteous rip. You have I betcha. I really be fine. Mopsy mop mop. Liggy pop. Thanks to gang gang. This righteous way.
Thank you, Cab Calloway. That one nibbled our knuckles right up to the wrist. Men, we relax from the jive for the nonsense we enter the cheek department. Assembling herself at the microphone is a beauteous member of the Canary family who's going to wrap her choice voice around the killer cycles with the aid of some specks and spots called star eyes. It's Dorothy Salter. Proceed, Dorothy.
The stars and April skies are. Tell me someday you'll fulfill their promise of a thrill. Stars, flashing eyes in which my hopes rise. Won't you show me where my heart lies? Let me prove that it adores that loveliness of yours. All my life I've felt content to stargaze at the sky. Now I only want to melt that stardust in your eyes. Star eyes, when it's ever will my lips know if it's me for whom those eyes glow? Makes no difference where you are. Your eyes still hold my wishing star. Oh, star, how lovely you are. Gaze at the sky. Now I only want to melt that stardust in your eyes. Oh, stars, when it's ever will my lips know if it's me for whom those eyes glow? Makes no difference where you are. Your eyes still hold my wishing star. Oh, stars, how lovely you are.
Thank you, Dorothy Salter. That was one for Hot Horn Hall's album of Aggravated Allegro. Cats, it's indeed a pleasure to gashuate your Casparastis by wrapping my choppers around the following syllables. For many sets of 52 sevens, these next mellow jacks have been tender-laden tubers of righteous studs and hens on this side of the big wet. They're America's top comedy team. Have caused our midriffs to do an abundance of heaving and hoeing. Meet the cat with the handle of George and the kitten with the Gracie frontispiece, Burns and Allen.
Well, Gracie, here we are on Jubilee.
Yeah, isn't it wonderful? You know, George, that announcer speaks better French than Charles Boyer.
Gracie, that's not French. It's jive. That's the way they talk in jive.
Jive? Is that an island in the Pacific?
No, dear, that's a fad. It's the language of the hep cat.
Oh, what island are they on?
Look, Gracie, they're all over. If you're hep, it means you're hip.
Oh, hep means hip.
That's right.
Oh, well, I'd feel awfully silly saying that Paul Whiteman has big hips.
Paul Whiteman hasn't got big hips.
Have you seen him lately?
Look, I'm getting tired of this. Let's drop Whiteman.
No, George, you hold up your end and I'll hold mine.
I think I've got the heavy end.
Well, a little exercise will take that off.
Thanks. Gracie, I'm afraid you'll never be as mellow as a cello or sharp as a harp. In other words, you're not a square from Delaware.
Well, of course not. I'm a bounce from Jersey.
A bounce from Jersey?
Yeah.
You're not from Jersey. You're from New York City.
Well, that's just a bounce from Jersey.
Gracie, try to understand this. If you're hep to the jive and you meet a friend on the street, you don't say hello.
No?
No. You say, give me some skin jack. Lock it, sock it, and put it in your pocket.
Put what in your pocket?
Nothing. You just say it.
Well, why?
Well, why do you say hello to people?
Because I like them.
Well, certainly.
Well, if I like them, I'm not going to lock them and sock them and put them in my pocket. I haven't even got a pocket.
I'm afraid you just haven't got your boots laced.
Oh, have you?
Sure I have.
Oh, that's silly. How can you lace button shoes?
Look, dear, we're invited to Jubilee because there were a lot of requests for you to say hello to the cats overseas. Go ahead and jive it up.
Oh, okay. Mares eat oats and does eat oats, but little cats eat liver.
Gracie, that's wrong.
Don't be ridiculous, George. Show me a cat that doesn't like liver.
All right, cats like liver.
Well.
But that has nothing to do with you saying hello to the boys. I've explained jive to you. Now go ahead. Do the best you can.
Well, dear cat, this is Gracie with the George husband saying that if you want to be latched on, be sure that your hips are hep and give Paul Whiteman plenty of liver.
Fine.
And if you lock them and sock them and put them in your pocket, you'll be bounced right out of Jersey. Because mares eat jive and does eat jive and little lambs dash away their cat's voracities. Booth.
Well, that's enough. Good night, folks.
Good night, folks.
Thank you, George Burns and Gracie Allen. Men, as the tide starts to go out of this salty sonata, we call on the hidey-ho man for news about the winder-upper. Come in, cab.
Well, men, here are a few more Seabees we'd like to give a nod to. We want to thank them for spilling the blue fluid on the pulp. There's the Seaman Second Class Birmingham E. Foster, Fred B. Keller, and 5 kilodillers called Sanders, Lynch, Draslin, Foss, and Aubrey. And along with the above, may I say hello to Lance Corporals, Martin and Davis, from way, way across the Big Wet. Now here's the jive, and it's summer these days. of these days, you're gonna be so lonely. Some of these days, you're gonna want me only. You gotta miss my loving and you miss my kiss. Gonna miss your little daddy. Miss your little daddy when he goes so very far away. You'll be so lonely just for me only. Now you know, baby, 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 why I went so far away. Well, when I leave you, when your heart a big grieving, you gotta miss your little daddy, mama, some of these days.
Thank you, Cab Calloway. Well, men, as the fat lady said to the girdle, we can't stress this any farther. The quaternos have been done into a calm coma. The suction from the slush pumps has the men on my tweed standing on end. Before we depart this cosmos, let's see if Calloway with the cab front has a word or two.
I hope that you can Thomius Cats and all of the fellows in the Army, Navy, and Marines got plenty of stiff kicks out of the stuff tonight. Remember, if you desire more of this booted character, just spill a little ink my way, and I'm on like gangbusters, Jackson. So long, fellas, and I'll dig you later, and God bless you all.
Well, thank you, Cab Calloway. And now this is Bubbles Whitman, vibrating his choppers for all the studs and hens who took part in tonight's issue. Cab Calloway appeared through the courtesy of Nellie's Nail Remover. The next time you want to remove your nails, remember Nellie. Plant you now and dig you later. So long and good luck.
Your best button blitz by Jubilee.
That will do it for today. If you have a comment, email me, box13@greatdetectives.net. welcome your story or that of loved ones who served during World War II. Ken Curlin provides our opening theme music, KenCurlin.com. I am your host, Adam Graham. This series is provided as a service of the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio, greatdetectives.net.